Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. This happens every year during the winter. A little remiss here. I say I'm going to get these daily videos out, and I'm looking, and the last video was like 9 days ago, something like that. Okay, and especially the news cycle today. I mean, you take a couple of days off and forget about it. And also, this is not my full time gig, obviously, doing these videos. But all right, let me just get into this. I say this all the time, but it's just the absolute truth. It's like almost like every day there is something unbelievable corruption. I like to say that every day is like 10 Watergates. The corruption is off the charts. I wrote just a couple of things down here going through the news of the week. Let me just start with Rob Reiner. Yeah, I didn't do a video immediately after this, but I am still absolutely devastated by this. It's not like, one of my favorite actors of all time. All in the Family, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. Rob Reiner, Meathead, iconic. All four of them, actually. Carol O'Connor is Archie, the bigot, the right wing, right? The right wing, the dad, Sally Struthers' dad. Absolute iconic. Edith, the wife, and then obviously Sally Struthers, as I said, as a little girl. And Meathead, the liberal, the hippie liberal. That's the thing that was so good about that show, that they made fun of everybody, like the writers. They made fun of obviously the right wingers, like the Archie Bunker types, the bigoted dudes, the low information people, and then also the lefties, the hippie dudes. Mike. Meathead, Rob Reiner played like a hippie guy who was living in Archie's house with his wife. You know the story. But they poked at everyone, and everyone laughed at each other, but different times. All right, so Rob Reiner, one of my favorite actors of all time. I loved not all of his movies. I looked it up. He did 22. I would say I like 4 or 5 of them. I love Stand By Me. A Few Good Men was very good. American President. I don't have the list in front of me, but he was an excellent film director as well as an actor, as we all know. And then he was an activist. He was very outspoken. I hear my wife calling me, but I'll have to just continue on. But so just very incredibly talented guy, and so for him to go that way is just so unbelievably upsetting. I know, yeah, people die all the time. You read in the news, somebody you love, a celebrity here and there, and they die, and like, oh, you died of natural causes, you had heart attack, cancer, but to be murdered, and not like murdered in that way, fucking stabbing, oh my God. And his wife too, so savagely murdered. And here's again by his son, Nick Reiner, whatever. Very troubled man. Obviously, I mean, that is the most horrible thing, and I still can't wrap my mind around this. Could you imagine the terror of like? You try to imagine, like, how did this happen? Like, getting stabbed and the screaming and agony. Like, how could you do that? You fucking piece of shit. Like, I'm hearing, like, oh, he's drug addict, very troubled. Fuck that, man. You're a fucking demon, man. You're a fucking demon. You're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. And if you're a normal human being, you have to think about that for the rest of your life. What you did to these people. You fucking stabbed them. How could you do that, you horrible monster? All right. Oh my God. That was so upsetting. And that was last weekend, where we had the shooting at Brown University. And then in Australia. So, and the guy, so good and bad news, he had a hero who literally risked his life and tackled the guy. So, again, that's old news because the news cycle's so fast. But bad weekend on planet Earth last week. A lot in the United States, but that one was Australia. Really horrible, disgusting stuff. All right. The next thing I have here is Elise Stefanik is dropping out. All right. She's running for governor. She's a congressperson here in New York. My favorite person, little fatty piggy. Piggy, she's the piggy, right? Donald Trump calls a reporter. Elise Stefanik is the true piggy. And I don't like to make fun of people's looks or whatever, but she is a vile, disgusting human being. I mean, the absolute worst, the scum of the scum. And I mean, the stuff she said about Mamdani, he's a terrorist and all that. This fucking horrible lady has been saying that shit forever, for years. This lady is monstrous. One of the most disgusting persons in this whole thing. Rick Wilson from the Lincoln Project said he met her and he said this woman could kill your children. Like, she's fucking vicious and disgusting, physically ugly inside and out. And I am so happy that I'm never going to see that fat, disgusting slob ever again. And again, I don't like making fun of people's looks, but that woman is disgusting and evil and ugly inside and out. And the one good thing I will say about her, she is intelligent. She's got a pedigree education. She went to Harvard, but she chose evil. She chose evil over goodness. All right. And I'm not just talking about political party right over left. This lady was disgusting. All right. Let me go on to now the big news everyone's talking about. Epstein files released, I think, how many 100,000 pages, documents, whatever. And we all knew that they were going to redact a lot of stuff, but this is absolutely crazy. Like, you look at the redactions, it's like all black. And if you keyword search, I mean, that's the only way you can do these things. If you keyword search like Donald Trump, it comes up 0. You're like, oh, I mean, come on, man. It's so obvious. And even like Maxwell, like that comes up 0. And Epstein, it's like, it's so corrupt and it's illegal. This is like, they're breaking the law by not releasing, not phase 1, but the full file, unredacted, the full file, unredacted. And I know there are going to be lawsuits and Bondi and all of these people. They're fucking criminals. They're gangsters. They're criminals. And someday, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday you're on the record. And all of these thugs, I hope and pray that there are consequences. And every one of these horrible monsters goes to fucking prison for life. All of them. Pete Hegseth, a fucking murderer. All of them. Kash Patel. All of these pieces of shit. Everyone, fucking Vance, Rubio, fucking war criminals, pieces of fucking garbage, you know? And not only that, when I say they're all evil and they're corrupt and all that, there's always a special thing that adds a little knife dig in there, is the cringe factor. The cringe. These people are the cringiest people on planet Earth. Not only are they evil, but they're fucking disgustingly gross, like dancing to YMCA, like the worst taste of music. It's not like they're playing Pink Floyd and the Allman Brothers, you know, right? These people are so fucking cringy and disgusting and dorks, like fucking Kristi Noem. She's an evil piece of garbage. I have a book here on her. Anyway, but the like that famous Nazi lady used to put human skin on lampshades, the bitch of Buchenwald, something like that. But that's what they call her online. A fucking disgusting, horrible monster. Pock-faced Kristi Noem. And she's a dork. Oh, she's so cringe. These people suck. All right, so I covered these 3 things. I say this all the time, and I apologize for the poor lighting. I'm going to try to do a daily video. Oh, I was going to talk about that insane speech by Trump, where he was just screaming. You could tell he was high on Adderall, fucking slurring his words, glitching, just screaming at the fucking, in the microphone. And for like, what is this guy? He's insane. I literally watched that and I'm saying, oh my God, this is the end. I think they're going to have to just remove this fucking mental patient, drug addict. This guy's insane. And then you hear, of course, the sycophants Said like Fox, they said it was great. I mean, these people suck. And I was going to talk about the 1776, the checks, the bribe, the scam. They already allocated that money for the troops, and yet it's just a game. It's a bullshit. It didn't come from terrorists. He's just lying. Everything this guy does is a lie. Everything he says is a fucking lie. All right. I'm going to do another video later today. I hope. I plan on it. I'll go through these items in more detail. But for now, more to come. Tabor Talk. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. That's Mark Twain. Peace. And if you made it this far, thank you very much. A little stream of consciousness there. So again, as I say all the time, I'm going to try to get daily videos out and perhaps a little more organized the next video. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. Peace.